That's really good. So it's just tempo. I just need to slow down. Just like that. An easy game if you're not a dumbass.
Hello and welcome to the review for the Swag Judge Pearl, which is already available. It's a shiny complement to the original Judge, which ended up being my favorite ball out of the initial Swag relaunch lineup. We're at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas on the Kegel Chromium Challenge pattern. The graph is linked in the description if you would like to see the pattern details. If you don't understand layouts or core numbers, I have some instructional videos linked in the description that explain and illustrate everything as well as it can be done. I also decided to compare it alongside the Black Dragon Pearl during filming, so you'll see those shots sprinkled in throughout too. The Judge Pearl is a straight-up Pearl version of the Judge. It's got the same core and the same cover formula, 249RG, 052 differential, and an 019 int diff in 15 pounds. Those pretty typical strong ASIM kind of numbers. Same witness cover formula, just Pearl and polished. Not much to talk about as far as tech details are concerned. It's kind of ugly too, if I'm being honest, but I'm not sure if it's charming ugly or just straight up ugly, but fortunately it's got a great personality. It shapes the same as the Judge, a slight tumble to the overall arcing ball motion. It's somewhat directional, mostly continuous, but it will go more forward if you want it to. It's clean, and I wouldn't call it sharp. I wouldn't really call any swag ball sharp necessarily, but it's moderately punchy. I'd say it's average back-end strength, not slow but not fast, balanced may be the better word. It's really easy to throw. It's a very stable rolling ball. It's hanging out well on the fresh on this, but I'd definitely be starting out with the Judge and then dropping into this one once I start to see some transition. Not that I ever see transition because I'm a lefty. Light to medium transition on medium to heavier conditions will be its wheelhouse, but I've thrown it in league and it looks great on the fresh on our house shot, so I think it has a pretty wide range of coverage on lane condition and stages of transition. Very usable ball reaction. It does absolutely act like a Judge too, so if you wanted what people would typically think of when they think Pearl version of a solid, this does fit the stereotype. It actually succeeded well across the lane too. I think I was most comfortable with it from the 14-6 and 17-6 zones, but more or less because that's where I'm the most comfortable for my game. The ball did whatever I asked it to do, so I think that where it does the best for you or where it wants to play isn't determined by the ball itself, but by your game. You would think that a ball like this would be best for higher speeds and lower rev rates, but I think it's clean and smooth enough that there's just not enough traction or response for people that really zing it down there and don't touch the holes. It'll naturally still be too strong for those with lower speed and a higher rev rate, so I think that any speed or any rev rate can use it, just not the extreme opposites. At $185 on Bowler's Mart, I wouldn't say it's a deal, but it is competitively priced. I think it was supposed to be a little closer to something like an Origin or a very strong shiny ball, but if you could imagine a straight-up Pearl Black Widow 3.0, that's what this ball is. It's not the strongest of the strong, it's just a notch below that. We also have something awesome here to talk about as well, a collection from CoolWick benefiting the local rescue that we support and fundraise for, which is Positive Tales KC. Every year we do a fundraiser and giveaway for Positive Tales in December, but CoolWick reached out and offered to help all year round by creating an apparel line. We have jerseys and t-shirts and even tank tops with $5 per tank or t-shirt and $15 per jersey going to the rescue. More info will be coming soon in its own dedicated video, but for now just follow the link in the description to the collection if you're interested. Any support is greatly appreciated. Discount codes will not work on these items, of course. They're for charity, so we wanted to make sure that the rescue gets as much as possible. I think the Judge Pearl is a solid 2-ball. It fits directly under the top of the line strong stuff and is a solid, pretty perfect step down. It's controllable enough to absolutely be in play on tougher stuff. I think that's a given for all of the swag balls. They're very big on control, but I think it's absolutely perfect for most average bowlers on most average house shots. Solid A type of ball. It's going to be throwable for a lot of bowlers on a lot of different conditions, and it doesn't lean too far any specific direction. Definitely a bailout kind of ball. It may not be your best look whenever something specific is needed, but when nothing else is working, you will have a look with this ball. I talk about this more in the live com, but I think you can see there's not a ton of separation between it and the Black Dragon Pearl, definitely not as much as I expected, considering that I have a fair amount of difference between the original Judge and Dragon. The Dragon Pearl is a little cleaner and sharper, the Judge Pearl is a little earlier and smoother, but the strength between the two is muddy. The Judge has the edge, but I see them more as shape offsets or steps sideways of each other rather than balls up or down. Once again, the Judge Pearl is available now. I have some really good in-depth stuff in the live comm, a much more expanded comparison between the Judge Pearl and the Dragon Pearl, and the members will get the full-length version as always. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave those below.
That's really good. So it's just tempo. I just need to slow down. So I'm not grabbing the ball because there's anything wrong with my thumb. I'm grabbing it because I'm running up there and wristing it. So we'll throw one more good one from here. Just stay slow and just be nice and easy with it. Let the ball do the work. That's what they always say. Let the ball do the work. Just let the ball do the work. Just like that. An easy game if you're not a dumbass. All right, we're gonna go ahead and straighten up. I mean, this reminds me a lot of the Judge, which is great. Like the Black Dragon Pearl is just a Pearl version of the Black Dragon, but I feel a shape difference between the two. This feels like a Judge, it's just cleaner and sharper. So sound 16, aim at about 10 to 5. This should still be fine. And I kind of saw my hand pop open, so I kind of olayed that one a little bit. And as I go through here, I will keep throwing the Black Dragon Pearl. We'll just try to get lined up and figure out what I'm doing with this one, and then I'll switch so that you can get a good idea between the two. And again, I haven't done anything to the surface. I think that especially the shiny swag balls probably would benefit from resetting the surface, because overseas they have different ideas on surfaces, and so I think the shiny balls come out too shiny. But I think people over there are a lot more, they will go on ahead and change the surface on stuff. I think over here, a lot more people just want to buy a ball, put holes in it, and throw it. But I think that these shinier surfaces could stand to be adjusted out of the box. Okay, so that's a little too strong. My balance at the line is not great, but that was a good shot. That was what I was intending to do, where I was intending to throw it. Still just need to get my feet back under me a little bit. I'll throw one more shot. Try to post it. That's a little in, but I got through that one better. So let me throw the Black Dragon Pearl. See how it stacks up. This one was really good from Strader in the review. Jury's still out there. I got it into the lane sooner, and I got it out a little bit faster, and so that one looked sharper. I still feel like it is smoother than the Judge Pearl, even though that last shot did pick up and drive a little bit harder. Let's try this again here. And there we go. Okay, so this one is punchier from straight. I will say that. So I don't want to. What I'm describing is matching up with what you're seeing. Sometimes it's kind of like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. But this one I feel like is definitely sharper from here than the Judge Pearl is. I'm getting it out, and there's not... I don't know, I am starting it... Let me throw the Judge Pearl in the same place I've been throwing this one and see what the difference is, because I have been getting this one on 5. And this is a weird pattern where there is... If I hit 5 early, there's friction, it'll pick up and move. If I get it outside of that, or I get it there a little bit late, then it'll go for whatever reason. So let me try to do exactly the same thing with this one I've been doing with the BDP. Okay, I did get a little bit more around that one than I have done with that one, but it's still, I got it to 5 board, it saw 5 board harder than this one did, so. And I think I might be subconsciously rolling the Dragon Pearl a little bit more, because I just feel like it's weaker. Okay, that one was firmer, that was a little bit more inside. Let me try that with this one. And if I do throw, I would expect from here to get the same reaction if I actually can repeat a shot and throw this one exactly the same way I just threw the Judge Pearl.
This video was brought to you by Panda Bear Productions. We put the in bowling.